All right. Thanks, Mad Caps. See them really soon. Let's get into it today. Got a lot going on. Obviously, Nasdaq was down three something, 330 or so, with now currently down 270. Dow off. That was getting hit. That was actually really getting clipped earlier. Still down 600. S&P down a mild 75. What's going on, everyone? And then crypto. What happened? Where are we? Right? What are we doing? We got a lot to talk about because we have plenty of harmonic evidence to suggest what we may see going into January. But it's certainly not stock to flow anymore. Shark to flow, shark to flow. Let's go. I really think it's just, we really need to be hyper vigilant at the moment. For me, I think that's complacency. I've already said that is absolutely the downfall of most traders. So, absolutely want to be on top of it. I'll be here all week. Starting a little late today, and I think come January we might go to 12 noon. It's been great to move this time for me from 9 a.m. to 11, but still find myself needing more time. So, absolutely, we'll figure it out. Again, I'm keeping it loose on purpose, but I do want to kind of get everyone up to speed on some of the changes, some of the things happening. Really exciting stuff. So let's go to first place. Go to harmonictrader.com. Basic membership, folks. That's where it all begins. And get with Basic Members software and then get the trial to the software. Look, we're going to work with TradingView today. And you can get all of them. MetaTrader, eSignal, Ninja, Sierra Charts. Today, I want to look at crypto. Also, of course, look at what are the possibilities on this NASDAQ decline. Some couple things I've been posting on the Twitter feed. Also, this goes to our Discord group. So, again, get with the basic membership. Everything is there. And I wanted to, of course, start with this. So, many of you know I've been working on this for a while, and I would never bring anything out until it's ready to go. And it's been longer than I anticipated, but I smell it. It's coming. The autobot, HPC autobot with HSI and with Type 1. We have created the Type 1 strategy here. And all hands off. So this is going to really happen, I think, beta release come January. More details on that. And absolutely think this is just another step forward in our harmonic understanding and to develop a uniform framework that is in the algorithms. And you guys, those that are working with the software, already know the power that is behind this and what we've done manually, what we've done together. And so for me, I've always known the future is in the algorithms. Absolutely. And the market is in the future. The market is in the algorithms. And that's where I'm headed with all of this for not only the automated bot style technology, fintech, if you will. I like to call it harmonic fintech, but for just continuing to get deeper and deeper into one, what are true harmonics? Really, what true harmonic levels, patterns, measurements, and then when do we know that something like what we're currently looking at in Bitcoin here, everyone can connect dots. I think we've made a lot of progress in getting the knowledge out of the proper structures, ratio, alignments, and what are the frameworks, the patterns, but can we automate it? Can we standardize it so that it can go into any time frame, any set of data, and unlock that those secrets, that alignment. So that's absolutely for me really exciting. I wanted to bring that in. And hold on one second, I got a special guest here. Something? Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Can you say Merry Christmas? Say Merry Christmas, everybody. All right. That was a Merry Christmas from my son to everybody. And we will still be here all week. But again, tomorrow I'll be there 11. And then Thursday, Lucas, come on. Merry Christmas. Thank you, pal. Happy holidays. Thank you, pal. So we'll be here Thursday too. Thursday I'll do giveaways. Thank you, pal. Thursday I'm going to give away a bunch of books. And let me turn down my levels just a little bit. That was nice. So we'll have a special, and I think I'm going to give away a software. I'll give a 1-year subscription away. So again, you want to go to my blog for the 2 deals. Go to harmonictrader.com. I'm not going to be selling owner's licenses anymore come January 1st. So this is the last chance to get HPC Pro or HPC Lite for TradingView or any of the platforms. And if you did get the TradingView program, you can upgrade. Check out that deal, the Cyber Monday deal, folks. Again, there's a lot of reasons why I'm doing that, but this is again for the benefit of everybody going longer term. So let's get into today. Let's get into Bitcoin, and then we'll go into the markets. Thanks, buddy. All right, bye-bye. So we want to look at Bitcoin from 2 perspectives that is absolutely essential. I think these are minimum objectives where on the daily chart we have this clear shark pattern. It's not even that great, but we would want to look it down at the 886. Again, 42 and change. And then the other chart that I brought up last week, which is I think even probably more relevant, is that we have to hit target 2 at 44,292. So that's, I think, let's be mindful of where we are relative to the longer term. This is not, obviously, not what we expected. I think the community expected meld up, or you were looking for 100K. How many people said 100K? Well, we really started questioning our target 89K a couple weeks ago, especially as it broke down here. I mean, I had crypto concerns, and I still do. Current market environment's ugly, not despite what people want to tell you. Markets don't function well when you want to run 7, 8, or maybe what is really 14, 15% inflation. So I think we're in a different environment. Quick questions. Is the bot going to come with this software? No, the bot's going to be separate, and there's a lot of reasons why the bot will be separate from the software. There's actually some legal reasons why in the United States why I have to separate it and probably run it through a third party. So here we go. I want to just kind of lay out the concrete scenarios for Bitcoin, folks, and what this on. I want to show something here we've seen this back-to-back situation before, and it's not, we really can't avoid it. Okay, we're sitting here in BTC, continuing to break down, not constructive, and I discussed on Thursday why this butterfly was so significant. And we are against this other crab pattern, deep crab pattern that looks like it wants to be retested. And I really feel like this scenario with a hop level at 22,542 would be a good target. And I definitely am not liking that admission, but it comes from not only experience with patterns and structures and how things should be responding, but how these larger patterns need to be satisfied before you can look for some kind of turnaround. I mean, this is straight down. There's no stopping here. Now, I want to show one situation where we've had this exact back-to-back condition of this scenario here of first test retest. USDT deposits and exchanges are lowest in 6 months. That's a great comment, Danny. There's barely any inflow on this dip. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of players that have skin in the game to see this go down. A lot. Forget the hodlers for now. And forget all the fantastic aspects of Bitcoin. We're talking about finding value. Where we want to find value relative to price history, trading history, because it outlines where the buyers and sellers truly are. We can simplify it and just say, look, sellers are 65,000. Or I'll do it like this. Sellers are above 61,800. Would you not agree? Yep, 61,800. Sometimes it can work like that too, by the way. But it does. Okay, and buyers are, well, let's just make it, kind of round out, but 38,200 are underneath there. Let's use those two harmonic numbers themselves. But I'm looking at this from a framework perspective that we need to see constructive action at 44,292, and it's not there. There's no HSI that's giving us a secondary confirmation. Feels like your best scenario would be to do something what you did back in June and July and just grind sideways in a holiday slide. Sideways. Just like it did. And then trigger 20, 30 bars later, 30 days later. Also remember, this little pesky factoid, if you will. I mean, it's just these kind of harmonics are pestering is the best way to say it, where they bother you. But they're telling you what to do. They're telling you that it's really clear scenario here that under target 2 without confirmation of failure, you do a continuation. And I think it's going to be something where if something doesn't come out and you don't see a development here or strong support at the target 2, then I'm going to step back. I said this last week, and I will clear out the decks. I'm already started clearing out a lot. And I will target 22,542, folks. I think it's below 44 or below 43,000, folks. If I see 42 anything, 41.9, goodbye. Talk to me at 22.5. Talk to me on the retest. And here's the precedent. Everyone wants to look at the same cycles and the same kind of price action and then see them respond in the same way through a cycle, 4-year cycle later, because it happened once or twice before. Well, with the harmonic stuff, we got a whole lot of things that would have to happen for that to be true, and we do. Now, if we go back to 2019, we see actually we did have a huge run, come back, retest with deep crab, down at 7,000, come up, give you another bearish pattern. Right off the hop, falling apart, falling apart. This was a little more dramatic. COVID low. Folks, I'm looking for a bar like this. I'm looking for a bar like that. That's my concern. If this is true, Okay, and I'm looking at this as a framework. All right, that's important. Just want to respect how these patterns have to unfold. If this is true, then we are about there, having not even done the big fallout. If that's 55.15 at the COVID low, then the corresponding hop level 22.5. Hop to hop, hop to hop, back-to-back patterns, daily charts, definitive signals. And look at what you have in your indicators on the daily back there at the COVID low. Harmonic Strength Index registered there early but failed and then went back down. Amplified everything you want to see, tried to stabilize and failed. We're failing now. We are failing right now. We're failing this butterfly in much the same way where once it rolls over, look out, and you're coming into a low volume environment. Now you've got leverage. You've got ways that these guys can come in and slam this thing. And that's why I'm here to say, go to the hop. You to fail this, fail 43, 42, whatever, you go to 22. If 42, then 22. Truth Seekerman's back with the $244,000 target, but says, okay, 24 first, or 12,000 likely too. Your 12,000 target is the 886 all time. That's okay, but I'm done. And here's something to think about. Okay, what is the one thing everyone's hanging their hat on? Hope. There's no technical anything here. You would need to see something come out and this thing stabilize, go sideways, not violate target 2, turn around, and then go. That's not happening. If anything, technically, look at our price action. I think that's where anyone really starts. I think looking at candlestick formations is a great way to go if you're new to technicals. They're more visual. But where's the value? Where are the patterns? Where are the harmonic levels for me, folks? I have to bank my decisions on my life's work. And I've got to target this stuff and call it as it is. I would love to see this thing stop, but you know, things are falling apart. We're not in the same area we were a year ago. It's totally different. We didn't have 7% inflation. You didn't have people on edge like you do now. Also, you didn't have the run. Look, we had a run, but this has been the run of runs. And I got to say it's over for now. And I hope I'm totally wrong and then, you know, Elon Musk comes in and dumps 20 billion, which they might. And here's the other thing. You don't think those guys are sitting there thinking, I just sold $10-20 billion of stock. What am I going to do with that? And forget Doge. If these guys are going to go anywhere, they're going to go Bitcoin. But only at the right price. And let's look at the futures chart and look at our gaps and look at the obvious technical holes in this chart. This is a gaping hole, folks. Gaping hole. You got to fill that gap at 23,000. And you even have a few other gaps here. Prior gaps get filled eventually. Plus, we have patterns that are responding in a way that you see back-to-back patterns. If it was going to fail, it would have been like this. You know, you would have had this crab pattern failure, which did fail. You know, there was a type 1 crab coming off of the, after the COVID low a year ago. We were here. No, actually, no. Sorry, folks. We were here negotiating this hop level. Things getting super crazy. You know, go back to December 21st, sorry, you're right there, December 20th. You'd already failed, broken out, 22K. I think I did some videos where I threw out 38, 32, something like that, major extensions, and it just blew up. So why not retrace it? Why not retrace that crazy move? Because technically you have to come back down, fill these gaps, and then rebuild. And that takes a long time. That takes a long time. And the other thing that I want to just highlight here, I'm going to show that these are the patterns that have just, since the 2019 low, I'm going to step by step, pattern after pattern. Okay? I think it's important. Let's look at these. And there's a couple characteristics I want to point out about the Bitcoin failures and successful patterns that are clearly repeating. Okay, here's the bat pattern off the low. That was 2019. You form a nice bat. You go sideways with confirmation. 1, 2, 3, 4. By bar 7, you're failed. Pretty clear. And if you break out of the hop above 4,200, not 42,000, but 4,200, okay, then you know clearly flawed to failed pretty quickly. But that's just one, and coming right off the low, and that was right after a major decline, not too crazy. Not to mention, look, I didn't even really start. I should have started at this pattern, because look at this bat pattern. All right, type 1, come up, bang, come back for type 2. No follow through, target 1 rejected, give me a hop test. Even though it went below the hop, you have to hit the hop. And this is something with harmonic optimal price that is repeating over and over and over again. It has to hit the hop. If it's type 1 or type 2, doesn't matter. And then trigger HSI after the hop. This is what our new autobot is all about. It's going to find you the terminal bars with confirmation and put you in those spots. So there is, take a look at this. All the way down here is your last, that was the first bullish reading, and that came in at about 2,800. So that's the kind of thing we're looking for. We're looking for a combination of pattern completion, hop, level, hit, 1 test, 2 tests, with an HSI signal. That, you know, just those kind of triggers are critical for what we need to see. Now let's keep going. Really important, because the patterns and the fact that we're able to use the software and go through and see how it responds over and over like this tells us what it needs to do currently. All right, here's the crab pattern going back, again, 2019. This is the scenario we're in. If we want to talk shark to flow, Scott to flow, all right, because I'm done with stock to flow. I'm done. And a lot of people are going to get done with it really soon because it's going to fail them miserably. We go like this, folks. All right, there's the first reaction off of the crab. And look, we go to a shark at the hop with it right up at target 2. So many things coming together there. And this looked great. Remember everyone claiming about 10,000 Bitcoin, it was going to go there, and then it got slammed back down. Maybe not everybody. Some people I know were looking at resistance up here, but from a harmonic perspective, we knew this would have to retest. That's the definition of the harmonic pattern, the type 2 reversal. You have that reaction first, then you come back and you retest the zone. It's a mechanical process that goes on with the patterns, folks, where our bigger opportunities, any time frame, any pattern comes at that sequence on a retest. In this case, your type 2, your retest down to the hop, had to happen. If you're up at 10,000 and you're sitting on a shark and you come down, you go to target 1 and you can't stabilize, you just keep going through, well, Until I see an HSI signal or a retest of a major pattern, bullish pattern, especially hop level, I got nothing. Yeah, and we have to admit it to ourselves. Couple questions. How long can the markets make everybody rich in all sectors? We got spoiled. Lou Ferrigno, comment of the week. Absolutely. These are conditions that traders get spoiled and used to, that rug pulls happen. And then you find yourself 3, 6 months down the line where you're mired holding a bunch of bags. I don't care what the Fed does anyway, really. I really think that it's this all of this price action is revealing itself independent of those other considerations. It's important to kind of place your trading mind outside of that newspeak world and get just exclusively on the charts and stick with those people that are talking charts. No more talk about stock to flow. No more talk about the latest adoption story. No more, no more any of that garbage. We're done with that. You got to be done with that. You're gonna have to bring your best trader mind into this game, or you're gonna get clobbered. And this is just a price acceptance. I think, everything's great about crypto, but at the right price, folks. And I think it's like the market right now. It would be like, I remember when Google came out. And Google came out in the early 2000s and it went up, and everyone thought, okay, buy and hold the stock forever. And in that correction, Google still did a 50% correction and then went up 3,000%, sure. But before it did, you could take advantage of the slide. And I just think it's important that we keep that mindset, because I feel like the only thing that people are grabbing to is just give me any adoption. Even I saw Charles Hoskinson, talking about Cardano, saying about how Cardano had the most GitHub activity and Twitter, whatever, social media. Man, that's garbage. That has nothing to do. That would be like McDonald's saying, "Oh, the Big Mac got mentioned 40,000 times yesterday, so our earnings are going to go up." No, it doesn't work like that. What about the small bat on the 4 hour, the 8/8 Sykes, the last low? I think we're looking for this. We're looking at 886, which is really what you talked about. You're mentioning. There's the 8/8. There's the 4 hour time frame. A couple of patterns. This crab has failed. The bat that preceded this is 4 hour chart, Bitcoin futures, folks. And I'm going to trace out how this bat pattern at the top actually was a perfect type 2. Two different patterns. That pattern worked out perfectly. This pattern gave you a reaction, but not to target 1. Goes 30 bars and fails. So that zone, that 51.9, and we were talking about this a month ago of why 57,000, maybe 55.6. Once that failed, forget it. And maybe you get a counter trend reaction, but because you've done a lot of damage down here. But this is when you default up to your higher time frame, your bigger time frame, because that's clearly what's dominating. Daily time frame's dominating this downtrend, folks. And I would rather see that go sideways for 30 more days like we did in July. Your best scenario is you do something like this. You drop down. If that was a couple weeks ago, and then you go sideways and grind, you still need some kind of retest of the prior low, and it's not nearly as constructive. There's no pattern. What are the odds for a bigger harmonic structure with the weekly chart with a potential PRZ 886? You mean on the downside? Yeah, I mean, on the downside, I think what people are saying is this. Sorry, let me go to your weekly time frame, monthly time frame. Again, when you can trace out, as I like to say, connect the dots. Let's just look at that weekly chart, and those are some of the markings from our daily level. But again, bring it up like this. If this last ditch move is your, if that's it for the cycle, what people are getting at right here, and let me just trace it because it's kind of relevant. It's not the best pattern or even best formation, and I'll show you in a second, but it looks like this. Right off of that top, give me a 1618 that, let's take this arrow here. Okay, so the last ditch move up, that final thrust, right there, could not break out. How many weeks did we spend up there? Retesting the prior candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 before the full reversal, 3-bar, clear 3-bar reversal at the top. That's usually the sign of a strong move, by the way, the 3-bar reversal. And then how many weeks down? 1, 2, 3, 4, gap down, 5, 6. 1618 off of that move puts you at where? 22,000. And if we want to get a shark formation, you come back, you retest that prior low at a 113. Look, been doing this a long time. I've been connecting dots like this from the harmonic perspective for 25 years now, experimenting, proposing, really, hey, what if, could this really be? If this alignment comes to there, if X is there and Y is there, then where does Z go? If A, B, C is there, and there, where do they go? This is kind of the deduction that I walk through all the time, have been for decades. It has served me well, folks. It is just something that, again, when I get to there, I'm done. Your 113s at 19.7, 19.8. So just not where I wanted to be here today coming into it. And again, I think it's just really important to focus on Bitcoin because that's the main story. And beyond that, I said if we don't come in here and we're not 50 whatever, I will, I'm going to be in a different state of mind. Here's 5-minute chart, Bitcoin futures just for today, folks. Deep crab pattern. Beautiful stuff, but let's see. I'm gonna just kind of go through a couple more before I get out of here, but there's a 5-minute chart. Type 1, now we have confirmation, come back, type 2. You'll see that materialize over and over again on Harmonic Pattern Collection for TradingView. And I really want to let everyone know that this is something that just for me has been a struggle. It happens. I wish I would have been probably more adamant about this a couple weeks ago when it started getting under my crawl, as they say. But I'm definitely hyper focused on these possibilities and have lightened up and continue to lighten up more stuff. Some things at a loss, some things just saying, okay, whatever. Let's reassess. Let's come back and reassess. Because here's Ethereum really quick. And it's been challenging. 3,800. And no progress. Remember, the only thing that is here in Ethereum on the daily, we could say some kind of bat, but really just that this ABCD right off the top that once we kind of fail under these lows and forget about it. I mean, you get a close under 3,600, that you've got a lot of room to kind of come back and retest. It's not turning up. So I absolutely want everyone to just be aware of what's going on. And I am, I wish I had something here. And we go to Harmonic Strength Index and Amplified RSI. This is our trading view platform. And sometimes these readings will do things that are, pretty clear if we just kind of admit it to ourselves. HSI still in a downtrend. Amplified RSI in a downtrend. With the green line is on, folks. So until that registers and hits an oversold reading, we're probably going to continue to grind lower. A couple questions because I'm going to wrap it up pretty quick. I think tomorrow, let's get to all those S coins and let's, look at some of the other markets in detail deeper. Always get in on my Twitter feed or get on Discord to see some of my pattern updates, things that I'm putting up. Really quick, had a whole bunch of questions about the book, Creature from Jekyll Island, about the Federal Reserve. You want to really know what those people are all about, get that book. It will change the way you think about how Fed policy is conducted and what they're really up to. Then the other book, here's Ethereum. I posted this morning. We're sitting at a deep crab. Now I want to just kind of highlight this because if that deep crab fails and that's under 37.38, we can kiss it goodbye. So I want to tighten all my make or break levels up and be really clear that this next failure, if that materializes, it will happen in short order. And again, it's not to say that I don't like crypto. I love crypto. I think it's great. I think it's the greatest development in the financial markets in the last 20 years. But at what price? At the right price. One or two more. So from my experiences, is there a preferred time frame on Harmonics? Well, daily. You can't ignore the daily. I think a 4-hour time frame or hourly time frame against a daily is critical. Beyond that, the rest are going to be reactions. If you're trading on a 5-minute chart, you should have a reactive mindset and understand that, be super aggressive in your management. Beyond that, the daily time frames, maybe that gives us more. But this is a great example. Beautiful pattern, 1618, deep crab. But that's just a reaction. In fact, that trade is over already and needs a full retest. I think that's some of that stuff we should go through tomorrow and highlight why. Why is the return? Why do we have to retest? Why do patterns do this? Because if you understand that dynamic, the common harmonic learning curve is the fact that people get excited, they trigger on a pattern, they get down there in the right area, and they jump it, and it moves off the low. But then what happens is they don't manage it with the same aggressive, real kind of disciplined behavior, and they just let it go, and it comes up and all the way back down. The reaction becomes the return move, and the return move then sets up for the reversal. This is what's happening on the daily time frame. For Bitcoin, for total crypto market cap, you're seeing that have to come back and retest. So let's get into more of that tomorrow. I really kind of wanted to come out and highlight this thing I've been chewing on all weekend and why we need to, give it a day, maybe 2 days. By tomorrow I'll have, okay, I think I'll be there. By tomorrow, I will really lay it all out for the rest of the year on the markets, where I think we're going on the longer term time frame. Because, even on NASDAQ, we see it down today, minus 300. What's going on there? What is there? Well, we have this. And I put this up last week. with a big head and shoulders on NASDAQ. And we'll target 14,500 for that big swing 886 off of October. Let's talk about that more tomorrow. So again, thanks everybody. Great session. I have to call it, and we have to. This is why I'm doing these sessions, to bring a light of realism within the harmonic framework regarding all the markets, and it's going to be a heck of a time. So let's do it, Dimitri. I'll catch oil tomorrow. We'll get into a full session tomorrow. Again, though, thanks for everything, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m., same place, and we'll get to all those markets at that time. Take care.